a sacred moment of confirmation. Before you read another word, I ask you to pause, take a deep breath. Now, if you truly believe these words are for you right here, right now, please comment Amen. This very moment is sacred. It is a profound confirmation that what once held power over your destiny has been shattered. The chains that bound you have fallen. The harsh verdicts spoken over you by people who never truly understood your worth. They've been overturned. I, the Lord your God, have declared that the weapons formed against you shall not prosper. You have been weighed, tested, and purified through fire. My justice revealed. You've been waiting for this resolution. You've prayed for clarity. You've cried in hidden corners where no one could see your pain. But I saw you. I was there in the very courtroom of your tears. I counted every silent sob, every restless night, and every moment you felt forgotten. Know this today. I did not ignore your pain. I recorded it, I remembered it, and I have responded in my perfect timing. The gavel has come down in heaven. The ruling has been issued directly by my hand. Your case is permanently closed. You no longer need to plead for what has already been granted. You don't have to live under the weight of shame that I've already erased. You don't have to prove yourself when I have already chosen you. I saw your heart when others only saw your mistakes. I saw your efforts when others only saw your flaws. Your breakthrough is now. If your spirit feels a trembling deep inside you right now, that's because your breakthrough is not a future event. It is now. The delay is over, the battle has ended, and it wasn't settled on earth but in heaven with me as the ultimate judge. I stood and defended you when no one else would. I spoke for you when your voice was too tired to fight any longer. My mercy triumphed over the dark accusations. If you believe that I, the Lord of hosts, have truly moved on your behalf today, I want you to comment 11:11. This is your divine sign of alignment. What you've been waiting for has already been decided, the finality of my judgment. Child, I want you to understand something truly deep and life-changing. When I say your case is closed, it means no one can reopen it. Not the people who betrayed you, not the mistakes of your past, not the wounds you still carry, not even the lies whispered in secret meetings about you. My judgment is final, my word is sealed. Do you remember Job? He lost everything. People around him assumed it was the end for him. But I wasn't finished. What others called a conclusion, I often call a beginning. Job's case looked closed, but I reopened it in heaven and restored him double. But hear me now. Your story is even more unique. Because this time I'm not only restoring you, I'm vindicating you. I am setting a table of honor in the very presence of those who said you would never rise again. You've lived under the crushing weight of others' words for far too long. But those words carry no weight in my presence. I do not judge as man judges. I see what is pure, what is real, what is true within you. Your faith has been seen. I see your endurance. I see the way you've held on to faith even when everything around you told you to let go. And because of that unwavering faith, heaven has released a final decree. Your case is permanently closed. No curse, no demon, no human plot can override what I have finalized. It is done. Your name has been cleared. Your soul has been restored. Your steps have been anointed for a new path. If your heart is burning right now, if something deep inside you knows this isn't just words but a profound confirmation, then I want you to comment 222. Let the enemy see that you are in full agreement with what I've declared. A step of faith, Now listen closely. I only ask once, but if you truly believe this divine word is for you, I ask that you like this video now. Not for numbers, not for attention, but as a genuine step of faith, as a mark of agreement with my word, and as a gesture of profound gratitude. Something holy is unfolding right now in this very moment. You have entered a divine courtroom, and I, the judge of all, have ruled in your favor. I have silenced the accuser. I have shut the mouths of lions. I have released you from the bondage of guilt, fear, and unworthiness. And now, I crown you with my favor. Walk in new authority. Walk differently after this moment. Walk knowing that the heavens are backing you completely. Walk knowing that angels were dispatched for your cause. Walk knowing that your name is written in my book, and not one line written against you will stand. I am erasing it all, not with ink, but with the precious blood of the Lamb. Let your past be your testimony, not your prison. Let your pain be your altar, not your shame. Let your story be my glory. Because everything the enemy used to bury you, I will now use to bless you beyond measure. You've asked for signs, and this is one. You've asked for closure, and I'm giving you completion. You've asked for peace, and I am pouring out my spirit upon you now. Lift your eyes, beloved, there is more ahead. You are not behind. You are not broken. You are not forgotten. You are found. You are chosen. You are redeemed. The door before you. When you look back after today, you will not see the chains. You will only see the fingerprints of God all over your life, because your case is permanently closed. The door behind you is sealed forever, and I am opening a door before you that no man can shut. Stay with me. Trust me. I am not finished showing you what it looks like when I stand for my children. This is only the beginning. You are stepping into a season of reward, not because you earned it, but because you endured through so much. You've made it through things that tried to kill you emotionally, spiritually, and even physically. But my hand was upon you. My protection surrounded you. My presence walked with you, even when you didn't feel me. I was there, and now I say again with absolute finality, your case is permanently closed. No appeal in my kingdom. Beloved, listen closely again. What I am about to say is not just for your ears, but for the very core of your heart. The season you just left behind was heavy because you were being judged by others, by voices from your past, by the enemy, and even by your own inner wounds. But I tell you this now, and let it echo into every broken place inside you. The courtroom of heaven has spoken. Your case is permanently closed. The verdict is in, and I, the Lord your God, have ruled decisively in your favor. There is no appeal process in my kingdom once I have spoken. No one can challenge what I have already finalized, not even the enemy who prowled like a roaring lion, desperately searching for a way to bring up your past. He searched for evidence, but I removed it. He looked for a foothold, but I covered it. He brought accusations, but I silenced him completely. See yourself anew. You must now begin to see yourself as I see you, not as what you came through, but as who you are becoming. You are not what they said about you. You are not the choices you regret. You are not the label society placed on you. You are my child, blood-bought, spirit-filled, and eternally sealed. If your spirit truly receives this truth, comment 333. You are walking in divine alignment, and this is your moment to claim it. When I say the case is closed, I mean the shame has been lifted. You don't need to carry what I already canceled. You don't need to rehearse the trauma I already healed. Yes, people may still talk, but they don't sit on my throne. Yes, some may remind you of your past, but they cannot rewrite what I have already sealed in my book. You are not on trial anymore. You are on track, a legal truth from heaven. I want you to remember this profound truth from my word. There is therefore now no condemnation for those who are in Christ Jesus. That scripture is not just encouragement. It is legal truth in the courts of heaven. If you are in me, no condemnation can ever stick to you. It doesn't matter who brings it. It doesn't matter what it looks like. My word overrides the opinions of man. You've been walking with a bowed head, second-guessing every blessing, wondering if you truly deserve to be free, to be healed, to be loved. But hear me clearly, my child, if freedom cost you nothing, you doubt it forever. That's why my son paid the ultimate price. He carried your guilt so you could carry my grace. He stood silent while they accused him so you could be spoken for today. And now, because of that precious price, I am restoring everything. Not partially, not gradually, I am restoring completely and publicly. The restoration will not be quiet because the battle was not quiet. The hurt was loud, the gossip was loud, the rejection was loud. So now, my glory will be louder. I will prepare a table before you right in the presence of those who thought it was over for you. If you trust me with what's next, then comment 555. This is your prophetic act of agreement. You are stepping out of your own limited understanding and into my divine direction. Neither do I condemn you. Do you remember the woman caught in adultery? They dragged her out ready to stone her. She didn't plead. She didn't justify. She stood in silence. But I stood for her, and I wrote something in the sand that no one could erase. That day I did not just protect her life. I closed her case. I looked at her and said, "Neither do I condemn you." And then I set her free. Today, I say the very same to you. Neither do I condemn you. I am not the voice of guilt. I am not the weight of fear. I am not the one whispering, "You're not enough." That is not me. I am the one who lifts you. I am the one who covers you. I am the one who says, "You're mine and that's enough." You've been asking for peace. But peace doesn't come through control, it comes through surrender. It comes when you let go of what you cannot fix and give it to me, the one who has already resolved it. You do not have to fight battles I already won. You do not have to answer questions I've already silenced. Triumph is here. The war is over, the papers are signed, the chains are broken, and now the windows of heaven are opening. I am sending help, healing, and heavenly provision. Things that were delayed are being released. Doors that were locked are opening wide because you're no longer stuck in the trial. You're stepping into triumph. The time of judgment is over. The time of joy is beginning. If this word has confirmed what your spirit has been sensing, I want you to comment 1212. There is power when you align your voice with mine. This is not just spiritual encouragement. This is prophetic reality. Your story, my glory. Your case was never just about you. The enemy wasn't attacking your job or your health or your relationships just for their own sake. He was attacking your voice. He wanted to silence your praise. He wanted to bury your testimony. But now that I have ruled in your favor, I will use your story to set others free. The very trial that tried to break you will become the platform I use to bless countless others. That's why I allowed it, not to destroy you, but to define you. You didn't lose the battle, you survived it, you outlived it. And now I am resurrecting everything that seemed dead: hope, purpose, passion, vision. Let me remind you of Daniel. He was thrown into the lion's den for doing what was right. But I didn't stop the lions, I shut their mouths. Sometimes I allow the den so I can reveal my power. I allowed the fire for the 3 Hebrew boys, but I walked in the flames with them. And when they came out, they didn't even smell like smoke. You too are walking out of this season without the scent of shame. You will not look like what you went through. You will not sound like what hurt you. You will not carry the residue of what was done to you, because my glory is replacing every trace of grief. Walk boldly, dream again. So now walk boldly, speak freely, worship loudly, dream again, love again, trust again. Not because you forgot the pain, but because you finally understand it wasn't final. What was spoken over you was temporary. What I've declared is eternal. Lift up your head. The verdict is in. You are free, you are chosen, you are mine. And your case is permanently closed. My word, your foundation. Beloved, hear me again with all your heart. The words I speak today are not wrapped in mystery or delay. They are drenched in truth, sealed in my authority, and delivered in the fullness of my love for you. You have entered a holy moment, one where my divine ruling echoes louder than any earthly rejection. And I repeat it again, not because you didn't hear it the first time, but because I want it to sink deeper this time. Your case is permanently closed. Yes, child, I know the battles you've endured. I know how long you waited for someone to finally stand up for you. I know how you felt buried under false blame, forgotten dreams, and fears that kept shouting louder than your faith. But you must understand, heaven does not forget what you surrendered in pain. Every tear you shed, I collected. Every silent prayer I recorded. And now, in the fullness of time, I've come to show you that I have not only heard you, I've ruled decisively in your favor. If your heart is pounding with confirmation right now, then pause and comment 777. That number marks completion, and I want you to declare that something significant is being completed in your life today. Records sealed, wounds healed. You see, when I say your case is permanently closed, I don't just mean the struggle has ended. I mean the records have been sealed. The wounds have been healed. The chapter has been concluded. You no longer have to revisit that courtroom in your mind, wondering what you could have said or done differently. I have already judged it with perfect justice, and I judged you worthy of my mercy. Not because of what you've done, but because of who I am. I am your defender. I am your redeemer. I am your restorer. And I don't just clean up what was broken, I rebuild what no one thought could ever stand again. Think of David. He was mocked, dismissed, underestimated. They didn't see a king. They saw a shepherd boy. But I saw a heart after mine. And when the time came, I called him, anointed him, and positioned him because my plan didn't require anyone else's approval. So it is with you, my child. What I've spoken over you does not need validation from man. What I've ruled does not require confirmation from your past. Your voice is rising. You are stepping into a season where my word will go before you. My presence will surround you. My peace will cover you. And no weapon, no whisper, no wound will be able to stop what I've set into motion. You've been quiet for too long, but now I'm raising your voice again. Not in anger, not in defense, but in testimony. You will speak of my goodness. You will declare what I've done. You will rejoice, not because everything was easy, but because everything was worth it. You survived what was sent to silence you, and now your voice will awaken others. Your freedom will inspire faith. Your victory will open doors for others who are still in chains. If this message is confirming what you already felt deep inside, I want you to comment 999. Let your comment be your shout of joy, your step of faith, your agreement with heaven. Whole and strong. I know the enemy tried to make you feel disqualified. He threw shame like arrows. He sent voices to echo your worst fears. But I covered you while you walked through the storm. I protected your calling while the winds howled. And now you are emerging, not weaker but stronger, not bitter but wiser, not broken but whole. You thought it was over. You thought that failure was final. But what looked like the end was the beginning of my restoration. I allowed the crushing so the oil could flow. I allowed the breaking so my glory could be revealed in you. Do not waste another moment mourning what you lost, because what I am giving you now cannot be compared to what was taken from you. I am giving you peace that passes all understanding, joy that will not run dry, favor that will confuse those who counted you out. Stepping into overflow. You are not a mistake. You are not forgotten. You are not left behind. You are chosen. You are anointed. You are loved. Now hear me clearly. Do not go back to what I have closed. Do not pick up what I've already buried. Do not sit at tables I've pulled you away from. You don't belong in the courtroom anymore. You belong in the celebration. It's time to move forward. It's time to dance again. It's time to trust again. You are not being punished. You're being promoted. You are not being delayed. You're being prepared. Every setback was secretly an invitation to get closer to me. Every no was protecting your yes. Every closed door was redirection to something greater. If this speaks to you deeply, comment 1010. This is a holy moment between you and me. The wilderness you walked through was real, but it didn't define you. It refined you. And now you are stepping out like Joseph from the prison into the palace, like Esther from hiding into royalty, like Peter from failure into power. That is your portion. That is your promise, a deeper hunger. But remember, this journey was never just about your personal blessing. It was about transformation. I've been building something eternal in you. Character, endurance, compassion, vision, and above all, a deeper hunger for me. I want you to cling to me not only when you're hurting, but also when you're healed. I want your worship not only when you're desperate, but when you're delivered. I want your trust, not only when the road is unclear, but even when it's bright with blessing. Because more is coming, greater is ahead. I've closed this chapter so I can release a new one. The pages are being turned, the ink of my promises is wet with destiny. And your name is written in them, not as a victim, but as a victor, not as one accused, but as one redeemed. I have spoken over you what no man can undo. My signature is final, my will is perfect, my ways are higher. So stand tall, beloved, lift your eyes, take a deep breath and step forward. Your case is not only closed, it is forgotten in heaven's records. And your story, it's just beginning, part of a divine lineage. Do you remember Ruth? She lost everything, her husband, her identity, her security. Yet because she clung to the right voice, because she faithfully followed my leading, I brought her to a field that would ultimately lead her to her destiny, and she became a vital part of a bloodline that changed history forever. You too are part of a divine lineage. You are not small. You are not forgotten. You are not insignificant. What I've placed inside you carries eternal value. It may not be seen by many right now, but it is seen by me, and in due time I will make it known to all. You are walking into divine surprises, holy interruptions, sudden miracles, unexpected alignments. Not because you chased after them, but because you trusted me when there seemed no earthly reason to. And now I am answering you with irrefutable evidence, your full restoration. Get ready, beloved. I'm restoring not just what you lost, but who you were before the loss. I'm redeeming not just your future, but the very moments of your past that you thought were wasted forever. I'm rebuilding every wall that was torn down in your life, and this time, nothing will shake it. And through it all, I remain your God, your Father, your covering, your shield, your refuge, your anchor, your fortress, and your peace. And one more time, so that every lie of the enemy will be crushed under the weight of my truth. Hear me say it again. Your case is permanently closed. Let no one and nothing ever convince you otherwise. Permanently closed. No return. My beloved child, I am still speaking to you. My presence is still here, and my word has not changed. It cannot change. I do not speak lightly, and I do not whisper empty promises. When I say something is finished, it is finished. And when I declare something is closed, no force in heaven or on earth has the power to reopen it. So I speak once again over your soul with the same power that formed the stars and split the sea. Your case is permanently closed. You are not under review. You are not under judgment. You are not hanging in limbo. The matter concerning you has been fully decided by me, the judge of all creation. The sentence of guilt has been lifted. The record of wrongs has been wiped away. The chains have been shattered. The door has been sealed behind you, and I, the Lord your God, hold the only key. You've wondered if it's really over, if you'll wake up one day and find yourself right back where you started. But child, I don't do temporary freedom. I don't give partial peace. I don't leave loose ends untied. What I have ended completely. What I have redeemed eternally. If these words are confirming what you have been sensing in your spirit, comment 1111. This is your signal of heavenly alignment. My hand moving things in the unseen for your ultimate good. My mercy outruns your mistakes. Let me tell you something that will silence every fear within you. Your mistakes cannot outrun my mercy. The lies that were told about you cannot rewrite the truth I've already written over you. The battles you faced privately while everyone else saw your calm surface have been seen by me, and they have not gone unnoticed. There were nights when you questioned whether I was still for you, times when it felt like the darkness was winning. But in that very silence, I was working. In the waiting, I was writing a better ending. In the storm, I was holding the walls of your soul together when you thought they were crumbling. You don't have to understand it all, you just need to trust that I do. I saw the full picture when all you had were broken pieces. I knew how to bring beauty from ashes while you were still standing in the smoke. I never gave up on you, even when you gave up on yourself. That is why I've come today with such urgency to remind you of what I've already spoken over you. Because the enemy is terrified of what you're about to step into. He knows that once you fully believe this truth, he loses the power to hold you back with lies. And that's exactly what those fears are. Lies, smoke, and shadows with no substance whatsoever. Chosen, worthy, forgiven. So do not entertain doubt anymore. Do not sit in rooms where your identity is questioned. Do not give ear to voices that contradict my word. I have called you chosen. I have called you worthy. I have called you forgiven, anointed, and appointed. You are not disqualified for my favor. You are a carrier of my presence. You are not barely making it. You are walking in divine purpose. And that's precisely why the enemy fought you so hard. That's why the battle was so brutal. Not because of what you've done, but because of what you're called to become. If your heart is awakening to this profound truth, then comment 222. This is your sign of new beginnings, your declaration that you are stepping forward without the heavy baggage of the past. Refined by fire, remember Moses? He once ran from his calling. He carried the weight of shame, fear, and failure. But I met him in the wilderness. I lit a bush on fire and whispered purpose into a broken man. He thought he was disqualified, but I had only just begun with him. And when he stood before Pharaoh, it wasn't as the man he used to be, but the man I transformed him to be. So it will be with you. The burning bush in your life is not destruction, it is divine calling. The fire you've walked through has not consumed you, it has refined you. And now, like gold purified in flames, you are shining brighter than before. Your past was a chapter, not the whole book. Your failure was a lesson, not a label. And your sorrow was a seed, not your story's end. I have used every single moment to bring you into the fullness of who I created you to be. So walk tall, my child, lift your head, stop apologizing for my favor, stop hiding your light to make others comfortable, stop doubting whether you're worthy to be blessed. You are not blessed because of what you've done, you are blessed because of who I am. Let me remind you, my grace is sufficient, my power is made perfect in your weakness. My spirit intercedes for you even when you don't have the words. I am not a distant ruler, I am a loving father, and I know exactly what you need before you even ask. If this is resonating with your spirit, comment 333. This number is a symbol of the Trinity, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, all working on your behalf. Rest in my judgment, I am not finished with you. In fact, I've only just begun. What you thought was an ending was merely the beginning of restoration. What you thought was loss was the planting of something greater. And what you thought would destroy you is the very thing I will use to establish you. So rest, child. Rest in my judgment. Rest in my word. Rest in the profound truth that the accusations are over. The condemnation is over. The guilt is over. There is no need to run anymore. There is no need to hide. You are free. You are forgiven. You are favored. And never forget, your case is permanently closed. Not paused, not pending, but permanently closed. Let your heart receive this. Let your mind be renewed by it. Let your life reflect it. Because what I've spoken today is not just truth, it is your reality from this day forward. Drenched in divine weight. My precious child, listen closely again. This moment is drenched in divine weight. And the words I speak now are not only for your comfort, they are for your complete transformation. I am the Lord your God, and I do not stutter when I speak. I do not reverse what I've already resolved. I do not recall what I've redeemed. And once more I am declaring over your life, your case is permanently closed. Yes, you heard me right. The case the enemy tried to keep open with accusations, with shame, with reminders of your past. That case has been sealed shut by my hand. My heavenly courts do not operate with delay. There are no appeals in my kingdom once I have spoken. The matter has been settled by my mercy, and my mercy never expires. I know the weight you've been carrying, the invisible burden that others can't see, but you feel every single day. I see how you smile in front of others, yet silently question in the quiet, God, am I really free from this? Let me answer you right now. Yes, you are free. Yes, it is finished. Yes, I have ruled in your favor. If these words are piercing your heart like light breaking through darkness, I want you to comment 999. That number is the sign of finality. Let it be your confirmation that the old is truly gone. A new chapter. No more carrying what I've already forgiven. No more dwelling on what I've already delivered you from. No more losing sleep over people who walked away. Over opportunities that slipped by, over words that wounded your heart. I have wiped it clean. You are not who you were then. You are who I have called you to be now. I want you to see something, child. In the days behind you, you didn't just survive. You grew, you matured, you became more like my son. You learned to lean on me, not on the opinions of others. You learn to cry out to me, not run from me. And because of that, I have entrusted you with something far greater. Do not fear what's coming next. I would not be closing this chapter unless a new one was already written and waiting for you to step into. The old has passed away, and behold, the new has come. From failure to destiny now. Let me take you back to a moment in my word. When Peter denied my son 3 times, he believed his story was over. He believed he had failed too deeply to ever walk in his calling again. But I saw something deeper than failure. I saw repentance. And when my resurrected son found him, he didn't bring up the denial. He brought up the destiny. He said, "Feed my sheep." He gave Peter his calling back. Because in my kingdom, failure never has the final word. Restoration does. So now I say to you, feed what I've given you. Nurture the gifts I've placed inside you. Stop focusing on what you did wrong and begin walking in what I've made right. You are not a prisoner to regret. You are not sentenced to sorrow. You are stepping into healing, joy, and divine purpose. If your spirit is leaping in agreement, I want you to comment 555. Let this be your act of obedience, your symbol of grace and favor. My masterpiece, your purpose. You see, child, when I look at you, I don't see a case, I see a calling. I don't see a mistake, I see a masterpiece. Your sealed future, beloved child. Stay with me now. We are reaching the place where your heart will fully understand what your spirit has already begun to grasp. You've walked with me through pain, through process, through pressure, and through pruning. But this final declaration must echo through the deepest parts of your soul. Your case is permanently closed. Not symbolically, not temporarily, not metaphorically, but truly, eternally, and irreversibly closed. There is no more shame attached to your name in my courts. There is no guilt hanging over your destiny. The stain of your past has been washed in blood, my son's blood. And when I look at you now, I do not see the one who fell. I see the one who stood again. I do not see the wounds. I see the healing. I do not see the weakness. I see the warrior you've become. If this truth feels like a holy release, a divine exhale in your soul, then I ask you to comment 777. This is a number of completion, a sacred seal that heaven has marked your journey as victorious. Beauty from ashes. I want you to reflect for a moment, child. Think about how far you've come. You weren't supposed to make it out of that pain. The enemy thought that heartbreak would be the end of your strength. He thought that betrayal would crush your identity. He thought that failure would silence your worship. But look at you. You're still standing. You're still breathing. You're still reaching for me even when your hands trembled. That is why the courtroom of heaven convened. Not because of your perfection, but because of your perseverance. I've watched you fall to your knees in secret places, whispering prayers that no one else knew you needed. I've watched you resist temptations when no one would have judged you for giving in. I've seen the small, quiet choices you've made to stay close to me, even when you were tired and didn't understand why the storm wasn't over yet. And today I say this with love so fierce it could split the seas again if needed. You are free. You are mine. You are released. You are covered. You are carried. You are chosen. This is the end of the courtroom season and the beginning of the commissioning season. You are not just cleared, you are called. You are not just forgiven, you are favored. And I am giving you beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, and the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness. You will rise not in your own strength, but in mine. You will speak not from old wounds, but from renewed wisdom. You will lead not because you asked for the spotlight, but because I placed my light inside you to shine in dark places. You are stepping into a place where what once hurt you will no longer haunt you. You will look back not in sorrow, but in awe of what I have done. You will say, surely the Lord was with me in every moment I thought I was alone. If that's already stirring inside of you, child, then comment, Amen. Let this agreement anchor you deeper into my presence, public power, undeniable purpose. Do you remember my servant Esther? She had every reason to believe she was unworthy. She was an orphan, hidden away, overlooked by the world. But I saw her. I positioned her. I raised her up not just for her own survival, but for the deliverance of a nation. And just like Esther, you were hidden for a season, covered, kept quiet, misunderstood. But now the time has come for you to step into the fullness of your assignment. There is a purpose in your life that the enemy tried to strangle in the womb of delay. But I preserved it. I shielded it until the moment was right, and now the hour is here. What was once private pain is becoming public power. What once made you weep will now become your weapon of testimony. No longer will you walk like a prisoner of your past. You will walk as a messenger of my mercy. No longer will you carry the weight of what you couldn't fix. You will carry the wisdom of what I've already finished. The people who once misunderstood you will have no choice but to witness what I'm doing through you. Not for your glory, but for mine. Not for applause, but for impact. I did not preserve you for popularity, I preserved you for purpose. And child, I tell you again, do not go back. Do not revisit what I've buried. Do not return to what I rescued you from. Do not knock on the doors I shut to protect you. You are not meant to explain your healing to those who celebrated your breaking. You owe no one access to the places I've told you to exit. Your calling is forward. Your mission is ahead. Your blessing is in the becoming. If your heart knows this is more than just a word, it is your confirmation, then comment 1010. Let it be your final step into full agreement with what I have just spoken over your life. Swift changes, supernatural peace. And now take this to heart. You will begin to see swift changes. I am accelerating what was delayed. I am softening hearts that were hardened. I am removing burdens you didn't even know you were still carrying. You will feel lighter, not just emotionally, but spiritually. You will feel clearer, not just in thought, but in direction. Divine clarity is your portion now. Supernatural peace is filling the places that were once ruled by anxiety. Joy is returning, not shallow happiness, but deep-rooted joy that cannot be shaken. And doors will open not because of connections, but because of covenant. You didn't earn this breakthrough, you inherited it. You didn't achieve this victory, you received it. You didn't force the blessing, you were formed for it. And as you step into this new season, do so boldly. You are no longer the same person who walked into the fire. You came out refined, stronger, purer, wiser, and crowned with my authority. So walk tall, my beloved. Walk with your head held high, not in pride, but in the assurance that you are walking under my covering. You are not walking alone. My angels go before you, my spirit goes within you, my glory follows behind you. And let this final word settle in your spirit like thunder shaking the heavens. Your case is permanently closed. No voice can reopen it. No enemy can reverse it. No fear can deny it. You are free. You are mine. Your future is written, beloved child. Lean in once more. We are not finished yet, because I am not just closing a case, I am opening a future, and your future is not vague or uncertain. It is written, secured, and blessed by my hand. Every detail has been carefully woven, every season prepared, every door already set to open. But before I release you into that next place, I want to say it again so that every doubt is silenced forever. Your case is permanently closed. This is not a feeling. This is not a temporary relief. This is a final ruling from the highest court of heaven. You don't have to wait for human approval. You don't need permission to move forward. I have already stamped the verdict in the blood of my Son and signed it with my eternal name. No one can undo it. No one can challenge it. No one can reverse it. You are not standing on shaky ground. You are standing on a solid foundation. My word, my promise, my character. And I do not change. I do not shift like shadows. What I say, I mean. What I begin, I finish. And what I close, I seal. If your heart is rising in faith right now, I want you to comment 1111. Let this be your sign of divine agreement, a heavenly echo that you have entered alignment with what I've spoken over you. Redeemed, renewed, rewritten. The enemy's greatest tactic has always been to convince you that your past disqualifies you from your promise. But I want you to hear me, child. Redemption is my specialty. Restoration is my joy. I take what others throw away and breathe life into it again. I take ashes and trade them for beauty. I take wounds and turn them into wisdom. I take sorrow and exchange it for songs of deliverance. You are not what you went through. You are not the lowest point of your life. You are not the betrayal, the addiction, the sin, the silence, or the storm. You are my child, redeemed, renewed, rewritten. Now you walk not with the label of your past, but with the identity I gave you from the beginning. Chosen, called, clean, and covered. I knew who you were long before the world tried to name you. I knew your heart, your purpose, and your potential before you ever made a mistake. And not even your worst days changed my plans for your best ones. So walk forward now, not as a victim, but as a vessel. Not as one barely surviving, but as one divinely assigned. You have a purpose that cannot be canceled. You have favor that cannot be stolen. You have a future that cannot be delayed any longer.